Talk of the town. You hate to look, but you love our sound. Ain't it nice to hear the sound of your head hit the ground? I got your number, you got mine too. Across the street so I can get at you. I'm on my way to feeling free. On my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling. Ain't it nice to hear the sound of your heart beating out? You burned your chances in the heat of it all. It took you way too long to go from dust to dust. I'm on my way to feeling free. On my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling. I'm on my way to feeling free. On my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling. I'm on my way to feeling free. I'm on my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling. Took the shift out, fastened to the time awake, asking for it every day. On, you did it like a champion. On.
Greetings and welcome to Meet Me at the Painting Table. Today we are going to be painting Isofarian Guard. For those of you that saw the unboxing yesterday, I put up, I'm super pumped to paint this game, super pumped to play this game. I'm pumped. It's pump time. Sadly, well, okay, so interesting story. We are going to, let's say, try to paint Isofarian Guard. So the deal is, I had a plan. Yeah, had a plan. The plan was playing Isofarian Guard. That's the plan. Still is the plan, but I tried something a little bit different, and it might not work as well as I'm hoping for. What I did was I actually primed everything white this time because we've been painting with a lot of contrast paints, and I thought I'm going to use those speed paints because those are pretty cool too. And since it's a new game, I'm going to do it with with a different color set instead of the like contrast. We're going to use the speed paints. Well, so I have this white that I use with my airbrush. It's right here. But sadly, I think it started to get old because it's gumming up my airbrush. So sadly, this did not work. I wasn't able to get this to work in my airbrush, which was absolutely terrible. So instead, I actually have a can of white primer somewhere. Well, I just used it, so I have it. I know that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I do have one. And so we primed them. Now I'm hoping, and I usually prime my minis well, I usually prime a few days before we do this, but I just got the game yesterday, and so I had to prime tonight. And I'm not sure if the primer is completely dry, so we're going to find out. And this could be really interesting. But our goal is we are going to paint these two characters right here. The first one is Alec. He's going to be the first one we paint, and then we're going to be painting this guy here, Grigor. I don't know, I'm probably pronouncing him absolutely terribly, but that's our plan. That is our plan to paint these two people. So we're going to see how we do. This is going to be something else. This could be a disaster. We'll see how it goes. And these are all we have to go off of, and then we'll throw it on the floor. There are some pictures somewhere else in the books and things like that, but I didn't want to dig all that out. So I just grabbed these two things. And we'll just kind of, like you've seen before, I like to kind of do things as close to the real thing as possible. But if all I got of these two pieces of paper, we might do a little embellishing on the miniatures as we go, which would be pretty sweet. We're going to do that. It's going to be pretty sweet. That's the deal. Kate, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. It's awesome to have you here. We're going to be doing some painting here. I did wear my Alien shirt in commemoration of Alien Day today, which is absolutely awesome. I'm super glad I get to do something on Alien Day, so I'm really excited about that. It's not Play Aliens, sadly, which I probably should have done. I probably just should have scrapped all this and done a live play of Aliens. That's probably what I should have done. But, you know, we got to keep going. We got to keep moving on. That's the deal. Richard, check the cover of the campaign book 1 for a full body shot of them. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. And there's a little alien dude. Love it, Kate. That's a great... let's go grab that book really quick. You are a smart man. You are a smart man. I'll be right back. I totally forgot about that. He is correct. Thank you so much, Richard. We've got a picture. Oh, good. We got a picture. Okay. So no embellishing, just straight up. We're going to do our best to make him look similar to this. Now, I have noticed that, sadly, this game is got a lot of just really browns and browns and browns. So we're going to paint a lot of browns and browns and browns. But hopefully we have enough diversity in brown that it's going to be okay. We'll see how this goes. So we'll see how it goes. No problem. Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody that can help is awesome. Thank you so much for that. Howdy ho, Ranger Joe. Barrett, it's good to see you. Board game officer. Awesome to have you here. Painting Isofarian Guard. Let's get down to business. I got a whole slew of brushes here we're going to use. For those of you that are just joining, I got a new set of brushes from a company called, oh my goodness, they're not on this. They're on the other one. I don't remember where they are. This is the most prepared painting channel you'll ever see, just a heads up. Make the potions nice and bright on Alec. Sounds like a plan. I will do that. We're going to use bright red, bright green, bright blue, even blue. Blue's a really good one. Make bright. Be pretty cool. Light bright, turn on the magic of glowing lights. Okay, perfect. Have a picture over here. Let's get to painting. And I've got a little base we have to paint too. We have to paint this little base here. That's going to be part of the deal. Let's see if I can get this camera in a good spot without making everybody motion sick. Yes, that'll be good. We gotta get this base all painted up. We'll see how that goes. And here is our first miniature. This is Gregor. I'm gonna pronounce it terribly. Again, we'll see if this works. We might be pivoting here. And then this is the other person, Alec. We'll see how it goes here. We're gonna get this one painted up too. I believe that's a shield on his back, so we're gonna go with it. All right. Let's figure out what we're going to paint first. First thing I usually always paint first is flesh, just to get out of the way, because I don't like painting flesh. I'm not very good at it. But when it comes to painting, those that have never joined before, I would like to mention that I do a technique. It's a famous technique passed down through generations of my family. It's called the slop and drop technique, where we slop the paint on so we can drop them on the table. That's how we paint these miniatures. That's super secret technique. So what I'm going to do now is go through our selection of paints and find the one we need. What we're looking for is the flesh color I want. Oh, and I also want to move this down a little bit so that you can get me as well. Oh, there I am. How about that? So we got to find the flesh color. You think I'd have these in some kind of order here, and you'd be you actually I do have them. I just can't read them. Let's see here. Nope, hardened leather, black. We'll need that one eventually. Let's see here. Dust, black, brown, wood. It's got to be coming up close here. Nope, that's green. I'm going in the wrong direction. Oh, I'm going red. I'm seeing red. Okay, let's see here. Where is it? Wow. Okay, I think I've managed to touch all the paints now. As there it is, Crusader Flesh in the back. And the cool thing about these ones is they have the shaker balls in them, unlike the contrast paints where they don't have the shaker balls. But I did buy a bunch of shaker balls. I think I showed them off last time. Let's see where I put them. What I put the shaker balls? I don't know. But I have a whole bunch of shaker balls that I put in my contrast paint so that when I shake them up, they do shake. But it does help break up whatever's on the bottom of these things. Because even though they run pretty smoothly, you need to kind of break up what's in there in order to kind of mix it all together a little bit here. So we're gonna take a little bit of this, put it down on our palette. We got a brand new palette. I was bringing out a new palette when I switched to a different type of paint because not because they don't mix very well, but I know the contrast paints sometimes are a little bit more finicky than the, or not contrast, sorry, the speed paints are a little more finicky than the other ones. So we're gonna paint the little drops of this on here. Come on, what's going on? Oh, I bet it's clogged at the top. I bet that's awesome. Where's my pin? Always got to have a magic pin. I have a pin. There it is. So let's pop the top of these things. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. Put that pin to the side. And then let's put a little drop, couple drops of stuff in here. Boom, boom, boom. 3. That should be good. 3 is enough. Then we're going to grab our brush. We are going to be doing fairly detailed work. So I am going to grab a 0 brush in here. I have one somewhere. The brushes go from 0 to 7. This one is, I don't know, well, it's a 00. We're going to use this one. It's Freaky, I guess. Freaky is the brush. We're going to use that. We're going to get some paint on the brush, just like that. We're going to paint it on the flesh here. We'll see how this goes. And like I said, this hopefully the primer is dry enough. I was like so upset with my airbrushes this when I came down. It was unbelievable. Super, super sad. We're just going to put that right on there, just like that. Now, I'm not one that paints eyes and things like that. I kind of just leave it be. That's just me. Some people paint eyes on their miniatures and they paint the lips and things like that. Nope, not me. Now, painting with these speed paints is a little bit different. The speed paints have a tendency to run a little bit more than the contrast paints. At least that's my experience with them. So here we go. We got our paint on there. There we go. Just like that. That's our first set of flesh on there. Now the question is, are we going to have gloves on them or are we going to have hands? They're going to be holding these with their hands. I mean, after all, that's the deal. They're going to hold them with their hands. That's how we do it. Now, one thing that's really cool about this is the good news I have about Isofarian Guard is I did speak to Colin. By the way, this is Colin's copy of the game. He and I have, since we live so close to each other, in case people don't know, he lives like 15 minutes from me. So he and I talked about this, or actually he talked about it. He just messaged me after he saw my unboxing and said, you know what, you should just do the playthrough of Isofarian Guard. And I'm like, I would be more than happy to do a playthrough of Isofarian Guard. So I'm going to do the playthrough of Isofarian Guard. It'll be showing up on the One Stop Co-op Shop. And it'll also be showing, of course, up on Meet Me at the Table as well. I am partnered with them. So every once in a while when I do videos they don't have videos of, we get to see them in both places. It's going to be sweetness. Let's see here. I would paint the eyes. I just can't see myself doing that. That's awesome. Oh, when are you going to play this game? I know Colin is going to start the playthrough, but yes, that was the plan. I'm sure you just heard me say that I'm going to actually be the one doing the playthrough, which is pretty sweet. But after that, I'm going to do probably the first chapter. And then he and I are planning to, it's one of the ones we're thinking about doing after Oathsworn. We are thinking about doing this one after Oathsworn. We have to decide. It's a slippery slope. We got to figure out what we want to do because there's so many games to play. We have to decide if that's the one we want to play. So we're going to decide whether or not we want to play that one when time comes. Because he's also getting Monster Hunter like in 2 days as well. So you're going to see an unboxing of Monster Hunter. I'm not going to be doing the playthrough that one. He definitely wants to. I'm at 22 hours in and up to chapter 3. Wow, that's a time sink. That's amazing. I am super pumped, Richard, that you're that far. I am so excited to put that much time into this game because this game is something I've been waiting for a while. So that's one of the reasons he's letting me do the playthrough because I've been super excited about this game for a long time, which is pretty neat. But back in the day when this game was on Kickstarter, it actually I don't remember the exact ones that were there, but with the time this hit Kickstarter, it was like at a point where they had what we almost started calling them the big three. There were 3 huge campaign games that were all coming out within about the same month. And that's actually when Colin and I decided to start working together on these. We're like, why do we have to all own these games? Why don't we just, you pick up a couple, I'll pick up a couple. And I said, that's a great idea. So this was one of them. This is one of the big 3. I want to say, I think Oathsworn was one of the big 3, but I can't exactly remember. And I think the other one was Ares. It might have been Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Might have been the other one that was coming out at the same time. And so I decided to pick up Aeon Trespass Odyssey and Oathsworn and think, was that? Yeah. Yep. Oathsworn Aeon Trespass. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. I knew there was a big 3. There was a big 3 that came out, and we were trying to all decide which one of the big 3 to have. And there's a lot of talk about I'm sure not only in our circle, but lots of other circles about which ones to pick up because the big 3 were coming out. We got to see them. And I know there was some of that Gen Con that we got to try out. It was really sweet. So it worked out really well though. So then now we have all 3. Well, and so I'm hoping that we have to decide which one of those 2 we're going to play next, these Isofarian Guard or Aeon Trespass Odyssey. And once Oathsworn's done, it's going to be a little bit easier to put a couple of them on the table because we're going to be able to, with Oathsworn, you need to kind of keep it on the table because you go back and forth between that story moment and the fight moment. And since this guy's got a beard, doesn't he? They all should buy a beard. Now he's got a little scruffy, so we're going to keep the scruffy. We're going to keep the scruffy. That's the plan there. Keep scruffy. Not the bottom there. We're going to get a little bit. Now, don't want that deep in his eye socket there. Oh, that looks perfect. That looks perfect. I like it. I like it. Okay, that's good. We have to decide what we're going to do. But as I was saying, without Oathsworn there, we'll be able to maybe move a little bit freer between them without missing what's going on. Because I know with Isofarian Guard, you can kind of save it wherever you're kind of going because that neat game trays system works really well. So we'll have to debate about what we want to do about that. But this is one of them. This is one of them. Super pumped to try this out. So I thought I'd get the mini painted, and lucky me, I got tomorrow off from work, so I'm actually going to sit down. And you think I would be learning this game, but that is false. That is false. I'm actually going to be recording my next mission in League of Dungeoneers is going to be the next one. League of Dungeoneers. So now I'm painting the hand inside this shield here. I've already started recording it. That one takes a while to record because there's a lot of stuff going on in that game. And I want to make sure, I mean, obviously you want to make sure you get it right, but it's also a very house rule-y game. So I could just kind of house rule a few things here and there if I wanted to, but I like to give people the actual experience of what it would be like if you actually picked it up out of the box and wanted to play it. That's always my goal. All right, I think we've got our flesh on our guys. That's good. Oh, nope, I think I forgot. Yep, no, we're good. Okay, because the feet are there. There you go. Never Not Gaming, my hero. Yes, for sure. Never Not Gaming. I think that's a channel too, isn't it? Can't remember. It's not. I should probably back to be a channel itself right there. Never Not Gaming. Yeah, they're a channel. Remember it. All right. Flesh done. Put the flesh back. I don't think I'm gonna need that anymore. Now decide what we're gonna do next. Well, I got a lot of brown. We can start, we do the shield, get that over with, or we can just do this big giant cloak here. He does have some metal down here. I'm going to guess this is going to be kind of more, no, it's going to be all padded leather type stuff. It has to do with different types of leather. Oh, it's going to be all brown. Be the sad thing about this. All browns. This is going to be a dark brown. His hair is blonde. Let's do his hair. Let's get some color on this miniature here. Let's see here. Where's the blonde hair? Let's see. We got to find it. That's the hard part. Hard part. Hardened leather. I'm going to need that, so I'm going to get that out. Let's see what else we got. Gray Lord Gray. We're going to need that. That's going to be the other guy's hair, I think. We're going to do that. Sand Golem. No. Zealot Yellow. We're going to use that for the hair. Sand Golem. I'm going to need that. That's a type of brown. Let's see what else we got here. Camo Green. Maybe. We got black. Maybe I'll use black. Melanogent. Think about that one. We'll think. Pallid Bone. Might need that. Dark Wood for sure, because that's going to be the cloak. Because we're going to paint the cloak. I don't know if I'll be able to dry brush it because these dry a little bit slower than the contrast paints, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. That's going to be a good start. That's going to be a good start for the paints we have. And there's a lot of them up here, though. And this is like, I don't know how many, if they've put out any more since the first run of, what do you call them? Speed paints, but this is like a full set of the original speed paints. So that's the deal. Boom. That's the deal. 22 hours in and up to chapter 3. That's amazing. I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Richard, that you're up that high. Good stuff. Let's see here. What am I going to do? Start painting some browns. Let's do... You know what? I'm actually going to try this. We're going to do this malignant green, and we're going to use that kind of deep in some of the recesses here of some of this. Maybe, I don't know. The good news is I could always use contrast paints on top of this too. This isn't just I have to use speed paints, because that might give me a couple other shades of brown that might be nice. Let's see what we can do. Man, now I'm thinking. Lots of thinking. Almost too much thinking, I think. Too much thinking, I think. I think I'm not thinking. Let's see what I can see. I know I could grab the snakebite leather from contrast. That's another type of brown. I'm just struggling with the amount of browns that this is going to be. Lots of browns. But maybe the silver will be enough to bring it back out. Maybe. Okay. Can't just think. We got to paint. We got to get some paint on these miniatures. That's the deal. That's the deal. Put a couple drops of yellow on. We're going to paint the hair with this yellow. That's going to be sweetness. I should have, now thinking about it, maybe I should have used the brown. The what do you call it? The pallid bone, but that's okay. There we go. Now, Richard, if you're still there and you've been playing that long, I'm guessing you're still enjoying it. Are you finding that the amount of time between missions or chapters is growing, or is it remaining kind of similar? I know you've only played a couple of them. Would it take longer to get through chapter 2 to 3 than it did to get to like 1 to 2? I'm probably did. I don't know. It's kind of a dumb question, I guess. There we go. All right, we got some of the hair done. That should be okay. That looks pretty good. There we go. Oh, what would I do? I did something. Of course I did. Of course I did. There you go. Whoops. There you go. You could race through Sky Kingdom. Said yesterday you could complete campaign 1 in 30 hours. Oh, that's if you race through it. I see. That's no good. Don't want to race through games. Without doing any side quests, caravan quests, bounties, or building up Fort Istra. Interesting. All right. But I'm guessing that's probably not what people are going to do, including myself. We're all going to keep on doing it. That's going to be awesome. All right, I think his hair is done. We're good there. Not doing any caravan quests or bounties or anything. Yeah, okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, it's tough. I don't think I'd be doing that. I want to try to experience like you got to experience the whole game, right? Right, Richard? That's the deal. And you must have got your game just recently as well. If you're that far, that's pretty awesome. I'm excited to. I'm super excited to dive into this. Super excited. All right. Do what else? Now I'm gonna paint. I have to paint from the in going out in. That's the deal. You always paint out in. So I want to paint in out. That's the deal. I'm in Australia, so a couple of weeks ago. Gotcha. There you go. Lucky. So no, not even going to go there. I was going to say something really horrible. I was going to quote Men at Work, and that was going to be really, really bad. I was going to be a horrible person, so I'm not going to do that. Let's see here. We're going to go with... We're going to go with hardened leather down there? I think so. And then I've got snakebite leather as well, so we're going to do that. We're going to move this guy. I don't want to get paint on this thing. There you go. I haven't been to Australia. It's one of the few continents I haven't been to yet. I really want to go there. I've been to Europe and I've been to Asia. I haven't been to Australia or South America yet. And Australia is high on my list. I had a foreign exchange student at our house that's from Australia. He was really cool. He was from Perth, Australia. Really nice guy. Super cool guy. Sad they've lost contact with him or lost touch with him. That was back, of course, before emails and all that stuff. I mean, the most you could ever do is write a letter. Or you could call him, which would cost you about $500 a minute. So, kind of lost contact. That's the deal. We're going to go in here and paint this all with this hard leather. We're going to paint these. We're going to paint his belt something different. We're going to paint this part hardened leather. There we go. I don't want to just smother it in the color because I don't want it to do too much on the outside. Oh my gosh. These hardened leather and what do you call it? Snakebite leather are probably two of my favorite paints of all time. Seems to be going on that primer just fine. Yes, we got lucky. You don't know how nervous I was when I was like priming it. I'm like, and after I primed it, I was like, I couldn't even see. It was like 8 o'clock at almost 8:15 at night here. So like the sun had almost gone down. It was like right at that dusk point where you could barely see if it was going to be light or dark. And I'm just trying to prime this thing white outside with my spray primer. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. And I brought it back in and I was like, and I missed a couple parts. So I had to actually take that primer I showed you and like paint it on there and hope it would dry before we started tonight. Oof, it was going to be tough, but we made it. We got it. Yes, exactly. It is going on. We gotten lucky. Now, I don't want to hit these. There's some neat little things back there. I'm going to try to not hit those. If I hit those, we're just going to paint the whole thing that color. But if I don't, then I'm going to be painting those a different color. And so far, I'm doing pretty good at not hitting them, which is working out. And I'm not too worried if I hit this cloak, because this cloak is actually going to be a really dark brown. That's going to be I've decided to do that. The cloak itself really isn't that dark on the picture, but we're going to make it dark. I kind of hit a little bit there. And there's my sub pump. That's glorious. That's one of the joys of painting in the basement. The sweet sound of that. Now, being a mini painter, I love the fact that they come pre-assembled, but how am I supposed to paint behind that shield over here? Seriously? No. This is where you just kind of jam the brush in there and be like, well, that's good enough. And get it in there a little bit. There we go. So I kind of got some of the brown in there. And there's a little bit step left there that I'm going to hit with a different color there. But then over here, I don't know how I'm going to hit that. Whatever. We're just going to hit a little bit down there. I think will be good. We'll call it a day. Now we may come back to this color later in other parts of the miniature, but for now I think we're going to call it on that part. I'm just going to say that's kind of his tunic is the deal. Now, I wonder if I want to keep it going through, I think we're going to keep it going through the arm. So I am going to paint into this arm area here. Now, he's wearing this silver gauntlet thing is the deal. He's got this big silver gauntlet here with lots of course, leather straps on it and stuff, because why wouldn't you just make it a nice big piece of metal? That'd be awesome for me. But nope, it's going to have belt buckles and everything around it. And there's a little bit of metal up here on his shoulder, too, so we want to make sure we get that there. I'm going to paint just the stuff coming off the elbow before we hit the metal. I think I hit the metal, but that's okay. Oh, I did. That's amazing. I painted the metal. But that's okay. We can paint over it with metal. We'll be able to do that. I'm not too worried about that. Of course, down here, this is where we have the buckles and everything. We're going to go with those like that, and then we're going to come back and paint those buckles snakebite leather. I think that'll be kind of cool. We'll have two different types of leather going on here. Oh, come on. I got to get in there. There we go. We're trying to get inside this arm here. That's the deal. And then it looks like the metal stops here. And the metal is going to stop here. Is that the deal? Is that where the... Yeah, I think it is. No. Fail. Okay. We're just going to paint this. And then whatever we decide, we can paint metal later. We'll look at it a little bit deeper. Because I'm kind of confused as to where the metal is going to start and where it's not going to start on that. But that's okay, because we can go through with... We paint the metal part. We should be okay. Okay. We're good there. Now let's go over to this part. I think I painted the strap, but you know what? I'm not too worried because you really can't see back in this area here. So I'm just going to paint it. That's the deal. And here's some leather going here. And then we've got another strap. And this piece of wood here is also going to paint with a darker brown, so I'm not too worried about hitting it. And I'm going to paint these two straps with a little bit darker. And this is probably going to be a strap, but these are going to be metal here, so that's not going to be a big deal here. That's the deal. Are you going to let Colin narrate during your play session, or are you going with the Foreteller app? That is a tough call. You are correct. So here's the deal. When I do the playthrough, because the first video I'm going to do is going to be a produced video. My goal is always to start with a produced video. That way I can demonstrate up close kind of the way the game is played, and kind of explain kind of how everything happens. But then when Colin and I play together, it's a lot more easy to be free-flowing and just being able to enjoy the game, and that's kind of our plan. So like I said, I'll probably do the first chapter videoed, like with the actual shots where I zoom in on things and be able to explain things and everything. But then when we actually start the second chapter, Colin is going to narrate that. I'm going to foreteller when I do the video on demand, because he's way better narrating than I am. I can barely read half the time. And it's also, we tried to do it with the app one time. We were thinking about doing it with and without apps, and we just found that when you're listening to the app, all you do is sit there and listen to it. There's no interaction. Where when he's reading, I can like stop and ask him a question, or he can like look at me and be like, "Can you believe that?" kind of thing. So there's ways of being able to break up the talking of just reading the narration, which helps a lot. And he can also make sure that I'm listening. I have a hard time doing that sometimes when he's reading, not because he's reading poorly, but that's the deal. Dustin, Austin, have you? Thank you for joining so much. You know how to fix that sword right before you paint it. Get yourself a small pot of water, bring it to a boil, and dip the sword right in there for a couple seconds. As it cools, set it in place. Thank you, Dustin. Yes, I could have done that. You're right. But I'm a big fan of bendy swords because I think they're hilarious. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Yes, I could have done that. I was on a time crunch to get this thing primed and ready to go, so I didn't have a chance to do that. But that's a very good point, and it's something people should know, is that if you do ever have bendy plastic on miniatures, a lot of the times the plastic that companies use to make their miniatures, you can do this, exactly what Dustin is saying. You can put it in hot water, and then you can set it and let it cool with cool water after that. So it's a good way to fix your miniatures if you don't like the way they look. Thank you very much, Dustin, for bringing that up. That's an important point. I agree with everything you said, except then he can make you listen. No human has that skill. Oh, Dan, you're awesome. Yes, this is true. This is true. I have a tendency not to listen too much to when he talks. This is true. So what he's saying is, if you notice, my sword is bent here. It kind of bends over to the side. It kind of goes, boom. I guess it's hard to show that on that camera, but it goes, if you look at it here, it's kind of bending. And you can, fix that with some hot water and then cold water, or just let it cool on its own. That's very true. Thank you for saying that. That's important for people to know. My gosh, look at all the stuff he's got on his belt. Can you... Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're going to paint this. This is going to be the same color as all that stuff over there. And this is just going to be the deal. And this guy's got too many pouches to hold all the skins and the ore he mines and all the stuff. Too many pouches. That's the deal. Oh boy, Dan. Sure, I've got to finish this before I read it because I'm probably going to laugh. Let's get the top of the thing there. There we go. All right, I got his little thing here. Can I take a hot shower and fix that droopy staff, sir? I knew it was going to be something. I knew it was going to be something. Oh my gosh, Dan, you're awesome. Oh my gosh, fix the droopy staff. I see. I see. The droopy staff. Oh my goodness. That's good stuff. Ah, all right. More brown in there. Okay, this is done. I need to do his cloak next. His cloak's like a wolf pelt. That's pretty awesome. I love this. This is pretty neat. He's also got this like tunic underneath. So we're going to do something about that tunic. I'm going to paint that just gray. This gray color I have. Just to make things easier there. That's going to be the deal. We're going to put a little bit of gray on here. A little dab, one little dab. That's the deal. Put a little gray up there. That's good enough. Yeah, it'll be fine. That'll be fine. Good. Okay. Now where do we go? Where do we go from here? Let's see what I did. Need to get a little bit more of this. Back there. Oh, great. Drop of water has landed on my miniature. Not one. That's the deal. Thumbs up. Love it. I have to say, I will be nice to get a game with not 100 plus hours, 100 plus minis to paint. I'm looking forward to knocking these out. Yeah, totally agree, Dan. I only thought there was one miniature when I got this, and I kind of was going to joke with Colin. I go, Colin, I'm going to paint up your miniature for you, so when you do the playthrough, you'll have a fully painted game. And then he's like, I think there's 4 or 5 miniatures. I'm like, oh, well, I'm still getting him painted up anyway. I like the color of his hair. What color did you say you used for it? Good question. Bring him up, sir. I used this one right here. It's called Zealot Yellow. That is the deal. Zealot Yellow. It's a speed paint. And he has a nice little blonde color to him. Love it. Love that. All right. So we're getting closer with I'm liking how he's coming out so far. I like this sword. I want to put a jewel right here in this sword eventually. That's going to be the plan. Okay. Let's get the shield done. And I'm debating. Okay, wish I knew. His shield does have metal. This is a metal rim that goes all the way around. So the back of this must be wood, but it must be set in metal. So this must all be metal. And if I can put something cool in here, maybe some gold or something, I think that'd be really sweet. I think that'll be really good and it'll stand out. But let's get the dark color first. So we're going to use dark wood. We're going to see how this goes. Dark wood. We got right here. That's the way. Yeah, I like Zealot Yellow for a quick blonde. Thanks, Brad. Yes, that's a good one. Brad, good. Thank you for joining. Good to have you here. Yes, that's a good one. I agree. I really like the way that I do like the way that these look on white. I wish I really had I need a different white primer that I can shove through my airbrush. That's the deal. Even with airbrush flower or whatever, it gucked up my entire airbrush, which is, in case you hadn't heard the story, all of a sudden here I am panicking trying to get this stuff together so we can have a painting episode with these. So I'm priming with a primer and getting lucky is what I was trying to do. We're going to go and get all this brown right in here, all the way down this shield. And if I hit the rim where that metal's going to be, it's not the end of the world because I can just paint over it with metal. That'll be fine. But I don't really want to if I don't have to. There we go. I'm going to try to get into here. There we go. If I can. Boom. I just got my 2.0 Mega set. I'm excited to get started on Marvel and United X-Men. Oh my gosh. Marvel, those little chubby guys are so fun to paint. I painted a few of those. Those are super cool. Hey, Matthew, it's good to see you paint the witch, he says. Oh, for those of you that are watching Oathsworn, we debated about using the witch, and we've had a lot of people interested in us using the witch, and so hence the paint the witch is coming into play. Right now we're painting Isofarian Guard. Sorry to disappoint you, Matthew. Isofarian Guard in the house tonight. I'm pretty excited. Let's get in there. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to move this camera a little bit. So there we go. I don't know how good that did. Didn't help at all. Okay. That's okay. Try to get in there. There we go. Got in there. So our shield's coming along nicely so far. And I think that's all I need to do for the wood part of this shield. I don't think I can see the other side over here. Well, I kind of can. So you can kind of see a little bit of this shield over here. So we're going to try to get that if we can. There we go. Then this is going to be metal. That's going to be metal there. These two parts here are going to be metal. That's the deal. All right. I painted all the first Marvel United last month. Love the little chibi style. Very fun to paint. Wow, that is that's quite a feat. That's a lot of piles of opportunity that you have managed to paint. I mean, I bet there's a witch in Isofarian Guard. I am sad you're not painting Alexia. Someday, Matthew, I'll be painting Alexia. I can't figure out when that's going to be, but someday it will happen. Someday it'll happen. For those of you who don't know, Matthew designs minis, and he's for Pioneer Press, and so he was able to get. So I'm hoping to try to get a hold of one and paint it. That's my plan. There we go. That'll be good. Fair enough. That's right. That's right. Let's see here. That should be good. I did notice that little leather part over here kind of rubbed off a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can get it back up on there. Nope, because too much water on it. There you go. Okay, now I also think I want to do the cape in that same color, that dark brown. I think that'd be really cool. These minis look cool. They do look really cool, Matthew. I'm really impressed with them. Even with the bent droopy sword, it's still pretty cool. There's a little too much, I think, going on here. This is a little bit too busy for me to deal with. This is making my painter's head spin a little bit. But, you know, that's okay. We'll figure this out. That's the deal. Raja29 just got my copy of the Isofarian Guard today. Still waiting for Foreteller to get back to me for my code. Super excited to get to playing it. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited people are all getting this game right now. This is super fun. And you can play without the Foreteller app, but you gotta get Foreteller app. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's absolutely phenomenal. I hope you get your code. I hope you get your code and you start playing. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Good stuff. Need to get that code. Need to get playing. I am gonna be doing a playthrough of this. Starting recording it probably this weekend. That's my goal. We'll see. Hopefully have it up by Friday next week. That's my goal. That is my goal. Friday next week with this painted miniature. Both of them. That's the plan. Now, usually I get about 1 or 2 miniatures painted a night when we do these streams. So I might not get it fully painted, but I might get at least this guy done, and then we might have to paint the other guy another time, or I just might paint it all, call it a day. But at least you'll see a little bit of how these are painted. I skipped Isofarian Guard. I have to vicariously play through. Well, you will be able to. It's going to be a little while. It's going to be a little while. We have to get through Oathsworn first, but then we will. Then we'll get to it for sure. Like I said, I'll be doing a video though of the game itself really soon. So I'm thinking this whole thing is going to be that dark brown, and then later I can go through and dry brush it with like a lighter brown, and then maybe even a white to really make these this texture stand out. But for now, we're going to paint it super dark brown. That's our plan. So we're going to get that dark wood color again right here. This dark wood. Shake it up a little bit and put some more on our palette. And I'm going to get a bigger brush. We're going to get this like 5 brush here, or 3 brush, and we're going to go to town on it. This is O'Donnell. Put more on that palette. Yeah, we got our O'Donnell paintbrush here. O'Donnell. I better get to playing then so I can watch live and not have spoilers. Yeah, that's the hard part. I'm just going to really do chapter 1. And then the good news is it's going to take us a while to get to it because we're going to be playing through the rest of Oathsworn. So it'll give everybody enough time to kind of play through it. And then you can re-experience with Colin and I later. Or if you have just done get the game and you want to watch it played, you'll be able to at that time, which would be pretty cool. So this is that dark brown we're just painting all over his back here to get this neat wolf pelt to stand out. We're going to paint underneath it as well, as we have to. We'll start up on the top and get the top parts. Now, one of the tricks I'm going to do that if I'm using a big brush like this, I don't want to get too close to this arm and stuff like this, because with my inability to paint, I would probably hit it and then I would ruin that part of the model by hitting that part. So I'm going to leave that part not painted, and I'll go back with a more delicate brush at a later point. Now, interestingly enough, I'm wondering how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to get close to his nose and kind of slow down a little bit here, because I want to maybe still make it look like he has like a little nose and stuff on him, like it's not all this brown. And I might have to do it at a later time, because even with this ear, I kind of might want to go back later and put a little bit of like lighter like peach in there or something to make it look like an ear of this wolf. I think that'd be pretty cool. But we're still going to use this. We're going to go like this, paint this all through here. And then all the way underneath this cloak. This cloak underneath has to be the same color. Or does it? Maybe it could have been something different, but we're going to go with it. Now, another thing you can do is invest in a miniature holder where you can it'll actually hold your miniature for you, like a little stand dealie. Citadel makes some, and there's also been like different Kickstarters for it and things like that. I have a couple. I don't use them as often as I probably should. Not because I don't like them, but I just like having it in my hand. Sometimes makes it a challenge in what to hold. Like I'm going between his foot and this thing here, but that's okay. I think we're good for that. Put that brush in there. Let's grab our other brush, our smaller brush here, and now let's go into those places that I said I wanted to hit with a finer brush. We're going to have to figure out where this is. There we go. Perfect, just like that. Love my mini handle. Saves me so much hand strain. Yes, I can totally agree with that. I could totally see that. I don't know why I don't. I guess it's because I painted so long without one. Maybe I should just get in the habit of using one. But I'm just not in the habit of using it. So again, we're just kind of painting up as close as we can get here without hitting the miniature. The parts we've already painted, I should say. So that hair, I don't really want to hit the hair. And if you do, you know what? Not the end of the world. The world will go on if a little bit gets not the right color. And of course, I just realized I grabbed the back of the cloak, so that's awesome. My whole hand just turned brown. Yeah, that was awesome. Way to go, Baron. Way to touch the paint on the back of the cloak. Let's paint that up a little bit. An empty medication bottle and some poster putty works too. This is very true. Very true. Actually, I think that's one of the first one I had. I did do that. I did do that with a little bit of poster putty and stuff. I did do that. Now think about it. See here, how are we doing on that? I can't really. With this stupid shield in the way, it's hard to see. There we go. Whatever, close enough. That'll be good. Now let's get this side painted up. That'll be the deal. I tend to hold the base of my fingers, but let the handle rest in my palm. It's very comfortable once I got used to it, and I still feel like I have a good control of the mini. Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. I never thought about that. Look at these. See, I'm glad everybody is here because there's so much you can learn from different people that paint. I myself am not an expert painter. I just do the slop and drop technique, but there are a lot of people in the chat that usually swing by, and they're all expert painters, and they have way better abilities than I do, and have been doing it longer, and have a better knowledge. Love it. And I'm just glad everybody comes and hangs out. That's the best part. We are getting around the side here. Again, don't want to hit his hair too much here. But if I do, it's not the end of the world. And if I hit his shoulder, not the end of the world. We're going to be painting it in metal eventually anyway. But as you can tell, some of the stuff I'm painting last is going to be like this sword. I'm not going to paint that till near the end, or this handle here, because these are where I'm holding it. That's the deal. Beerman just stopped by to say still don't have the painting bug. Oh, come on! You got to get the painting bug. Beerman, it's awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Painting up some Isofarian Guard, getting ready for the big playthrough coming next week. Coming next week. Coming next week. That's my plan. Oh. But tomorrow I got to watch the NFL draft. Yeah! Big football fan. Big football fan. So I got to watch the NFL draft. Got to see how far down the Vikings are willing to drop their picks. Don't give up your pick. Don't give up your pick. I have a pretty good painting bug these days, but my back is still a bit too messed up to really sit and paint. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that, Matthew. Yeah. I have a friend of mine who's kind of similar to that. He has the way he has his painting station set up. He doesn't have support he wishes he had, so he's looking into getting a new painting station. I have my tree mug to drink from. That's the deal. All right. So far things are looking good here on our guy. So far looking pretty good. Now again, like I said, I'm hoping to maybe paint. Let's see here. It looks like there's like a strap. Let's see what I can do about it. Oh, that's gray. I'm gonna see here. I'm gonna paint a little bit of this like this. I think this will be pretty good. Let's go with that. There. Paint it like that. There we go. Just like that. Perfect. Kind of looks like a nose now. A little bit. It's fine. And it kind of looks like it has a strap along it anyway, which kind of works out. That's the deal. Speaking of sports balls, my neighbor's kids have been playing cricket. It's fun to see them out there. Oh, I played cricket. I played cricket when I lived in India. That's a fun little sport. I didn't really know too much what I was doing, but my friends were all out there playing, and so I joined them, and we had a good time. We had a good time. Good time. Matthew, that is a thing. I have to watch my ergonomics too. Long sessions can cause me to take a day off. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. JT 2.0, good to have you here. Thank you for joining. I cut a fat dowel into several handle lengths since I tend to jump around 3 or 4 minis. My 9-year-old has the painting bug, so I can custom the size for him while he's painting Marvel United. Oh my gosh, a family event. That is so fun. Oh, that's so fun. My youngest is into painting, but he's 10. But he's been painting his miniatures too to some of his games, which has been a lot of fun. which is fantastic. Yeah, curse my middle-aged body, Matthew says. Of course. Oh, get that way too. Get that way too. But JT, that is amazing. That's super fun. Having all these little dowels and being able to move from mini to mini to mini. It's a good plan. Good plan for sure. I have a tendency to stick to one miniature if you haven't noticed. I stick to one. Though there are times I do what do you call them? The assembly line thing where I'll do like 5 in a row. It's hard for me to do more than 5 because then I really start losing interest. I'm like, flash, 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 flash. I'm gonna sleep. Next thing I know. Your team is the Vikings? Yes, Matthew. My team is the Vikings. Go Vikings! Skol! That's my team. That's my team. My team is the Vikings. We're gonna win it all this year. Say it every year. I say it every year. All right, we're gonna try something now. We're gonna try something. Let's see how this works. This is gonna be our test. This is our test. Ready? Here's our test. We're gonna grab some snakebite leather from up here, which is pretty awesome that I almost know exactly where that one is. I say that and then I can't find it. There it is. There's snakebite leather right there. There's snakebite leather right there. And for those who are joining, this is my painting station. Super cool. Actually, this painting station I did get from a company, I think a while ago. I might have done a video about it. He sent it out to me, and so I nicely did a video to show like what it could do, and it works really well because it holds my contrast and my army painter stuff pretty well, and it also holds my Ahsoka up here. She's always painting with me. She's always there. And then I have my favorite Lego guy that I got. This is my favorite Lego guy, and it's actually on theme today. That's the deal. It's on theme. This is my theme. This is my Aliens theme Lego guy. See, he's from the movie Alien. My Lego guy. He's amazing. He's yeah. It's National Alien Day. So I'd show him off one time. That's the deal. Skol! That's right. My grandfather is Bert Rose, GM of the Vikings in the 60s. Really? Wow, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So you're famous. You're famous, Matthew. What do you know? You should come down to Minnesota. You'd be famous. You're famous, Minnesota. We're doing some snakebite leather. We got royalty in the house here. We got Matthew's here. Famous guy. Famous guy. That's the deal. Cool, Matthew. I am lame. I bet that's false. I bet that is false. I bet that's false. That's the deal. Let's see here. Now I have this neat little thing that another YouTuber made me. This is holds my paint so I don't spill them. If you've noticed, there's a big red spot over here. That is a failed. That's when I did not use this. That happened. This was given to me by Ryan. He runs the Meeple Marathon, which is another YouTube channel. It's really awesome. Go check it out. Let's see here. I'm going to paint this snakebite leather in here and see how much different that is. We'll see if there's much of a difference between these leathers. There should be, but it might not be enough to really make a difference here. No. I mean, it is a little bit of a difference, but not much to really... I guess you can kind of see a difference there. Yeah, I kind of do. Now I'm going to go back and hit a little bit this with metal at some point, but for now, we'll just go with it. I think that'll be fine. That's the deal. There. Perfect. That is cool. Has he ever discussed the trade of Tarkenton to and from the Giants? Always wondering the motivation of trading him away. That's a good question, JT. Great question. Wonder if he did know anything about that. He must have. Now we're going to try to do some of these straps around this thing. That's the deal. I shouldn't say I've always wondered, but I've been curious since watching Super Bowl 11 a few years ago. Oh, and then Canje Studios jumps in. Canje, awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. We're discussing the Vikings of old, and while we paint up some of the miniature from what do you call it? The Isofarian Guard, which if you're looking for a playthrough right now, go check out Canje Studios. He just did the first chapter, and he's going to be doing the second chapter tomorrow. That's the deal. I hope, because I just said he is. So we're hoping he does. That'd be awesome. He should. Should do that. All right, there we go. That's the deal. Derek, this is what you should have done prior to streaming the game. Exactly. Exactly. Minis first. Boom. Minis first. That's what you do around here. We do the minis first. Minis first. That's the deal. Madness, he says. I don't have Baron's painting part. Yes, you do, Canje. I've seen you paint. You're a funny man. I was very young. He actually worked a bunch of teams. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yes, I'm playing tomorrow and Friday. Oh my gosh, you're going all in. That's amazing. I'm recording this coming up here very soon. Canje, you should be painting with Baron right now. This is true. I should almost jump him right in here. You could join me right now. I don't think I've ever seen that Lego before. Super cool. Thank you. Thank you. That Lego actually is not a real Lego, obviously. They don't make these. There's a group on the internet called Citizen Brick. And every once in a while, and he makes custom Lego guys like this. And then he sells them. On his website, Citizen Brick, and he only makes a certain amount of each Lego. He did, of course, make Ripley and things like that. Some of the last one he made was from Titanic, and it was actually Rose and sadly I can't remember the other guy's name. And he was actually like dark, like this light blue, dark blue type concept. So in other words, after he drowned, and then it came with those two miniatures and a door, and on the bottom of the door it said occupancy 2. So it was kind of playing on the whole joke that he should be able to have 2 of those. Hashtag no minis. Come on. Derek primes his minis in saliva nowadays. Yeah, I heard he licked all the minis in his unboxing video. It's his obituary. I'll invite you next time, Canje. Canje will join me next time. Darn, he called my bluff. Well, Canje, I will tell you, Brian. That's fantastic. I'll never live that down. Nope, you never will. I can't believe you did that. That was out of control. That was amazing. I have yet to lick a mini, so congratulations, sir. You have done more than I have to minis. That's something else. Let's see here. Okay, so we're back on this guy again. Let's see what we can do to him. Other than fail miserably. So far, I think we're doing okay. Oh, I need to get this other strap right here. There we go. I gotta get down here a little bit. There we go. Good enough. Okay. Again, it's behind a shield, so it's not going to be that noticeable if you can't get to it. All right, get this dark brown again. Let's see if we can get some more of this dark brown and kind of dab it right there. Dab. Come on. Cam Newton dab. There you go. Perfect. Okay. That's the deal. It tasted not good. I bet. I think he started with the Rams and Los Angeles in the 50s. Oh, cool. Wow, he's been doing it for quite a while then. That's fantastic. But it was fun, Derek. That was memorable unboxing. It was yes, that is true. You'll never live that down. That was something else. Absolutely amazing. Now, I don't like that. I'm going to grab some of this flesh and just paint it down here. I think he's got this neck going. I decided to paint it gray, but I don't like that. We're going to put the flesh down there. I think I like that better with some flesh. There you go. Good, good. Now we have to get all these straps that are all over the place here. That's our next little deal. So many straps on this. One there, one here, one here, I think. I don't even know where they are now. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to come around this thing. These things all have straps on them. Whoever designed this mini was really excited about straps. There we go. 2 straps on that. Is there 3 straps? I'm going with 2. 2 is good enough. Come all the way around and underneath. You know what? I'm just going to paint this with this. There you go. Just like that. It's underneath the miniature. Nobody's going to notice. Sometimes you notice things, sometimes you don't. Sometimes feel like a nut, sometimes don't. Almond Joy has got nuts, Mounds don't. That's the deal. There we go. That's fan. I am not a football dude. Oh, Matthew, that's too bad. That's too bad. It's always been shoved in my face for years. Get away. I can understand that. I can understand that. If things are kind of pushed into you for so long, I can totally get that. Maybe that's why my kids don't play board games with me too much. No, I'm kidding. We actually played one night. Can confirm that people who design minis get very excited about straps. Considering you make minis, that's amazing. Yeah. Fact. Matthew likes straps. Fact. Matthew makes minis. So therefore, fact. Mini makers like straps. Yeah, it's amazing how many straps are on this guy. All right. Almost done with the top part of this guy. You know what? I'm just going to get some of this dark paint here. Where's the dark brown? Here's dark brown again. We're going to do this. He says, also straps serve practical function like thicken the strength things like limbs. They are there for a reason, that's for sure. It would definitely be odd if we did not have straps on our guys, that's for sure. Now what I'm trying to do here, oh, there you go. What I'm trying to do here is get back here. It's going to be hard to see, so I'm just like basically grinding my thing into there to try to get some of the... I don't think you're ever going to see that, though, so I don't think it really matters. No, it's not going to matter. I declare this. I declare it not mattering. There we go. Okay. So we got our guy kind of working here. Now, this is actually getting pretty dry back here, so I can almost maybe dry brush this coming up here pretty soon, which would be kind of neat. Okay. But for now, we're going to go with the metal. I think that's going to be the next part up on the top. So we're going to do the top of the mini, and then we'll go to the bottom of the mini. Because the top of the mini and the bottom of the mini, oh my gosh, it's going to be out of control. Okay, I'm just not looking forward to this. This is a little bit out of control. But once we start painting parts of it, it'll start getting better. That'll be the deal. So let's get some metal here. I've got, the ones I have is not gunbolt. I've got gun metal, which is my most common metal, which is the one we're going to do. That's the deal. Also, straps are friggin' sweet. Oh, yeah, look at all those sweet, sweet straps. Yeah, no kidding. Look at all those sweet, sweet. Should have started with this guy. He had like 4 straps on him. What was I thinking? We got 1 belt. That's super easy. This guy's got like belt city going on here. It's like, how many belts can I wear? Oh my gosh, that's out of control. Now, sadly, this metal has seen better days. This whole top just pops right off, and that's just fine. We're just going to pour a little bit into the top of this. We're going to go like this. Got a plant. We're going womp, 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 just like that. Okay, and then we got some metal on the top of this. We're just going to use that. So I'm going to take this little top part and just get some paint. There we go. And I'm going to paint this part here on the shield. It's like riveted on there. There we go. Paint down here as well. Let me get my metal that's rolling away. Come back, metal. I already painted that dark brown, but like I said, it's not going to matter because this metal is going to go right over it. That was pretty powerful for a reason. I'm still sticking with my like small lighter brush here because I really want to. Now, if I paint the brown again, it's not the end of the world because whenever you paint with metals, you're always going to go over it again with some kind of wash. Usually a black wash is what I usually use to kind of give it more of a, and it'll help where the 2 pieces meet because it'll darken that area. This thing spins around. Personally, I believe every design is improved by having the bare minimum of 2 belts. You know, I've noticed that in fantasy miniatures, that everything has 2 belts. It's out of control. I mean, heroes are far too heroic to wear only 1 belt. That's for us plebes, he says. That's hilarious. Yes, that's true. Not enough belts. Or what was the meaning of life, as Monty Python would say? People aren't wearing enough hats. I think that's what they said at one point. So again, I'm just kind of coming down around the entire outside of the shield. We'll get to the inside of the shield in a second. And we're going to make this shield kind of cool. We're going to give it some gold in here and things like that. That's going to be the plan. But for now, we're just going to paint these part here silver. Just like this. Paint this silver. I think I'm going to paint that this part right up here, I'm going to paint gold. Because it's now, it'll look way better once I get the wash on it. That's for sure. We're going to paint all of this silver. Now, one thing I could have done, I don't really do this very much on minis, especially the heroes, is I could have maybe made this a little bit more rusty, like it's been out here a lot. By I have like a rust mixture I could use. I think I used it in the last painting video if you want to see how the rust works, which is kind of cool. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I don't think I did. I don't know what video I showed it in, but pretty cool. Look at that epic mini. I can't touch that type of talent. Canje! Okay, and yeah, you can't touch this slop and drop technique. Exactly. You certainly can, and you know it. Oh boy. Anybody can touch this technique because I don't even know what I'm doing. There we go. Don't like the shield. I'm going to go back and fix it later. I like the fact that it's all metal, but I don't like what I'm doing here. I would have rather had a little bit more gold. You know, I'm going to paint it silver and I'll come back with the gold. That's not a big deal. We'll figure out we want to do gold later. Okay, I'm just going to paint it metal for now. Okay. But I think it'd be cool to come back and do some gold on that. That'll be the deal. But for now, it sits like that. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Now it's just going to do a little once over on this. I need to paint these parts here. Let's do that with the silver we've got. That's right. No, he can't touch this. This is true. Haven't heard that song in ages, Matthew. That's amazing. All right, we're going to paint this metal. Paint metal in here. My luck, I painted the parts that are not supposed to be metal. I'm painting the metal parts that are not supposed to be metal. There you go. Comes around. There we go. Then down, up here, right here. All that's metal. That looks pretty good. Again, we're going to come in with some washes later. And work it. Work it real good. Push it real good. And then if I almost missed this, see how it's white in there? Because I didn't get close enough with the other paints. Let's try to hit it with the silver without hitting some of the other stuff. That should be good. There you go. I unfortunately have cassette and cassette player. How embarrassing. You're one over on me on that one. I do not have any cassettes anymore. Not at all. Not at all. All my cassettes are long gone. Heck, I don't even have any DVDs anymore. I gave all those up. Steve, good to see you. Greetings, good sir. It's awesome to have you here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Steve. It's awesome to have you. I hope things have been well. We are painting our Oathsworn miniature that we are going to be using in the playthrough that is coming soon, because Colin has declared that he wants me to do the playthrough. I said, of course. So lucky me, I get to be the playthrougher of this game. Super awesome. All right. I think we're getting some good metal onto this thing. There we go. Awesome. Your painting looks great as always. Thank you, Steve. Yes, this is our dude so far. So far we've done the top part. Now I think I missed a part up here. Yeah, right there. Look at that. I missed that guy's ear. Let's get that ear. That ear can't escape us. No escaping us, Mr. Ear. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. And I've got... I'm just going to paint this just like that. There we go. Perfect. What? There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. I think we're doing pretty good so far. Again, not pleased with that shield. We're going to come back to that shield. We're going to come back. We're going to wait this to dry a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to do the sword right now, and I'm not going to paint it with the same metal I used for this. The metal I'm going to use is going to be different. That's the deal. I might have just moonwalked over my foot. If you get moonwalk, you're one up on me. I can't do the moonwalk. I can barely do the walk to the door walk, or walk to work. I can barely do that, or walk to the store, or walk anywhere without falling down. Mold. I can't. Okay, I can still walk, but can't do any trick walking. That's for sure. All right, we're gonna clear cold. Yep, words are gonna put that on there because apparently I can't talk. And now I want to dry brush this thing a little bit. I'm going to dry brush this area real quick. We're going to dry brush this with some brown. Let's see what color browns we have. Hopefully something nice. Let's see here. Let's see. I've got a bunch of browns here. I don't know what I want. I'm really at a loss at how I'm dealing with this. I'm going to try... I could give this guy kind of like, well, dark to light. Sure, we'll try it. This might be a little bit... No, I think we're going to do that second. That's our second dry brush. I'm going to do this. I do have a... For Monster Brown. We're going to try... It is a monster, after all. So we're going to do Monster Brown. We're going to try this. This is going to be our attempt at potential disaster. We'll see how this goes. Put a little bit on the palette here. We're going to grab our dry brush. I've got a few dry brushes. We're going to use this one. It's just an Army Painter dry brush. I was rather good at moonwalking. Every time I step in some dog poo, I start moonwalking and try to scrape it off. Oh, that's so good. I'm going to be using speed paint and acrylic for metals all day long. That's right. It's, you know, speed paints are just so nice and so easy. I'm going to take some of this on my brush. Here we go. Put this on my brush. Find a paper towel here that I haven't been using. We're just going to brush some of this off. Right, like this, in case nobody's ever done this before. So I have just a little bit on there, and then we just kind of go over this. Now, probably it's not going to show too much because this thing is already pretty dark. I'm probably going to have to go pretty light on this. But hey, it's actually working pretty good. And then we'll go up from there. That'll be the plan. We're going to put some more on there. And as you can see on the raised parts, it's going to kind of start looking more like a fur. Can't believe how well that's actually working. I'm pretty impressed. All right. All right, get a little bit more. Not much. And there we go. Get some down here. That way in the dark creases, it still stays pretty dark, but in the upper part, it starts to look a little bit more like that. Don't know how much I need to do on the back side of this thing. Now, sadly, I got to be careful not to hit the other parts of the miniature while I'm doing this, because then you're going to add that brown to the other parts of the miniature, which we don't really want. There. A little too light up there. There's a way to get some of this brown back up. Got a plan. Try this. Maybe this will darken it down. Now, one thing you shouldn't do is ever put your dry brush in the water, but I did. And the reason why is I want to get kind of that brown off there, and then I'm just going to really dry this to the point where there's absolutely no water on this again, because I want to use another color. I'm just going to really dry that off. Okay, now we're going to do this color and see what happens. We're going to add some of this desert yellow to it next. Wow, put it over here. There you go. I'll do a little more. There you go. Okay. Thank you, Kate. Kate says nice. Thank you, Kate. That's a little bit more of a yellowish color here. That's the deal. Nice. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Show us what you're not supposed to do. Exactly what I did. And then that again, another color going on top of that one we just did. This is a lighter color, and I'm really kind of doing a lot less of it. I'm going to put some in his hair too. Make it kind of a little bit dustier. There we go. I think that works out pretty good. All right. Yeah, I like the cape. A little bit down at the bottom here, not much. And last one. That'll be good enough. Here we go. Last little bit. Okay. There you go. Got our cape. I think it's a little bit cooler because it's got a little bit more coming off it here. Let's see here. I've got a plan. I'm going to try something. Go. I think that'll be good. Okay. There you go. I mean, we got a good taste of being shown the not to do an Oathsworn this week, too. This is true, Matthew. I actually, interesting thing. I was talking to my wife about this. That is going to haunt you two for a long time. It is going to haunt us. We used 10 reroll tokens on one check that didn't actually matter. I was actually talking to my wife about this. I've been actually storing like some of usually about 1 or 2 clips each week that we have that is just something bonkers that happened. And my goal is when we're done with Oathsworn is I'm going to make a video of like all these clips and put it together and put it like the best of Oathsworn, and people can watch this and hopefully laugh through a lot of them because it's been a lot of fun playing that. We've had a lot of good laughs, that's for sure. I'm going to move back to, now that was one of them, 10 reroll tokens. Wow. The other one that was good last week was the fact that my friend, that Colin was looking for a blade in the item deck. I thought that was fantastic. That was pretty good. I need to go back and hit, where was it? Over here. I'm missing a thingy here. One of our straps in the back. I think you can barely see it here. Yeah. No, you can barely see it. Yeah, there it is. Hiding right there. Found you. Not so fast. Found you. There you go. Done. Now, we have to figure out what... the best part was that the successes were utterly meaningless on that roll. Exactly. That's the best part. And you can call it America's Funniest Oathsworn. That's not a bad idea, Steve. That's a really good name for it. All right. Now we're coming back to here. Here we go. We're going to come back. We're going to come to Belt City here. See what we can do about this Belt City. I'm going to put this back over here. All right. Belt City. Let's scoot up a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Fantastic. We're going to go back to the hardened leather. We're going to start from the bottom. So any part that's not one of those straps, I'm going to start painting with this hardened leather. Then we're going to have to deal with the rest of the straps in other browns. So we'll see what we can do about that. So we're going to put this out on the board there on my little palette thingy. And I've got just off screen here. It's where I bring it in so you can see it. So see, I'm just putting little dabs of paint on there. That's what I'm doing. And I know it's kind of mixed in a little bit. That's okay. It'll be fine. We're painting this part here. There's going to be kind of all the little parts in between right here, here, and here. And I think we might even be able to paint that too as well. Yes. This is all part of that tunic here. This part right here as well. Now I'm painted a little bit onto there, not the end of the world. I've got a plan for that. And if it's that paints like that, that's not the end of the world. All right, put that right there. There you go. Get inside there. And I want to kind of go around each of these things like this. Because we're going to do something each of these little things here. I'm not sure what yet. We'll figure it out. We're just going to go there, there, and paint all of that. That's just what we're going to do. Might not be the best plan, but then this is going to be a different belt color. So I got to figure out what we're going to do about that belt. I know what we're going to do about this little belt latch, though. I'm going to paint that. That's the deal. Just like that. Now, good news. Good news. On the back, he doesn't have a whole bunch of belts. Not Belt City back here. That's the fantastic. Just go from inside out. You'll be done in a jiffy. Don't fear the belts. Exactly. Let's get down with the brown. Do you need to not overlap with the contrast paints? You know, I've never really had an issue with that. I use them kind of together, and I really don't have any issues with them. Putting them on at the same time. I've never really mixed them, if that's what you're wondering. No reason to do that. Okay, we're going to get this right in there. Come down on this. There we go. This is all that leather all right back in there. So I should put it in the camera. All that leather right there. Then we're going to continue with it over to here. Put it right down in there. All that. There we go. That's fantastic. I thought you would start darker. Nope, I'm starting this way. Mr. Blade, thanks for the stream as always. Good night, good sir. Got to run. Dan, thank you so much for joining. Always a pleasure to have you here. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I think this guy needs a better blacksmith. That sword looks like a tad crooked. Exactly. Matthew, you are exactly right. Yeah, it is quite the crooked, that's for sure. But don't worry. It'll get better. It'll get better. Dustin was actually talking about that earlier, where to fix it, you can put it in hot water, and then you can put it where you want to and let it cool, and it'll actually hold its form. That's the deal. That's the deal. So we get back into here, paint some more stuff. Everybody's saying good night to Steve. Steve deserves some good night, that's for sure. So you let it dry, then you can paint over it with speed paint. Are you talking about the contrast paints over speed paints, things like that? You can paint over anything that once it's dry. I've never had an issue. I know that speed paints are sometimes a little bit harder to paint over because it can reactivate them, from what I understand. So I usually just kind of stick with the same type of paints at the same time. If you notice, I have been going back and forth between that snakebite leather and this leather as well, but I haven't really seen too much of an issue yet. And they might be running together, but they're really such a close color, it's not that big a deal. I'm sure there's a pill he can take for that crooked sword. Yes, Steve, I'm sure there is. It's kind of crooked, isn't it? That's okay. Bend it up for him. There we go. That's exact out. That's okay. And it goes with the sound effects too. That's the best part. Okay, let's see here. Outside in. All right, that's done. We're going to use our other brown we have, which is a snakebite leather brown from Contrast. Now that's what we're talking about. And that's going to go around the outside of this. Again, I don't know if it's going to be enough of a difference to really matter. I'm hoping it'll still kind of be kind of cool. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be much of a difference. You can kind of, I mean, you really can see a little bit of a difference here. You can see a little bit of difference there, but I think it's only if you're up close. Only I'm going to know that there's a difference. I think if people all look at this, they're all going to think it's the same brown leather. I really think. The snakebite leather is a more brown leather, and the one from the that's what I should put that same brown. Here we go. And the other one is more of a red leather. This loop is going to get painted with the brown here. There we go. Okay, I got a plan. Oh my gosh, I got a plan. It's gonna be awesome. You ready for my plan? Oh, it's gonna be stellar. Stellar plan coming soon. Coming soon, stellar plan. That's the deal. Yeah, I straighten all my minis with the hot water. It usually takes me a full weekend to get new board game cleaned up and straightened. I also give my minis a warm bath and detergent to clean them. Yep, I don't do any of that, Matthew. I don't do any of that. I just go straight to the forge. It could cause by scar tissue. This, or if your last name was Bobbit. Will there be more League of Dungeoneers? That's a great question, Steve. More League of Dungeoneers will be coming on. I'm recording it tomorrow. I am recording it tomorrow. My goal is to have, I'm actually going to hopefully have Double Feature Friday is my plan. Double Feature Friday is my plan. I'm going to be putting my next League of Dungeoneer video at the same time as I'm also going to be putting out the Star Trek Alliance first mission playthrough. That game was super fun. And so I want to put that video out as well. And it's gonna be out on Friday. And then I'm hoping to have League of Dungeoneers recorded and edited and ready to go on Friday as well. My copy showed up last weekend and I'm just about to start chapter 2. I also backed the second edition of Oathsworn. Oh, that's awesome. The way and was able to find a copy of the Armory and Mystery Chest, one of the two, one and two on Board Game Geek. That's awesome, Dustin. Yes, the Armory system is amazing. I have to finish painting that. I painted it for the Archer, the Huntress, the Blade, and the Penitent. I got all those painted. And so it's really cool to be able to put those arms on when you have those weapons. I think it's pretty coll. I think it's pretty cool. I have a friend who thinks I'm a lunatic for all my hobby nonsense. No, you're not a lunatic. You're just dedicated. Dedication. That's what it's all about. Dedication. Now I'm stuck waiting for the meat and potatoes, so to speak. At least I have the stream to hold me over. Dustin, you're always welcome. Oh my gosh, yes, it's awesome. We're having so much fun. Warbear needs sweet arms. True. I should paint up the Warbear. That's what I should be doing. But I want to paint Oathsworn, or not Oathsworn, but Isofarian Guard. That's what we're doing. And we're gonna get this guy done. I think we're gonna get this guy done. We're getting close. We're getting close. Been real close. Oh yes, I've got my plan for the belt. The belt is going to be it's going to be the bone color. It's going to be a dust color. We'll see how this goes. This could, we'll see. Might just be a sash more than anything else. Might be the deal. Might be the deal. It's going to be a sash. And put him on. And I'm actually going to paint his pants this color as well. We're going to put a drop of that on there. We're going to paint the belt and his his pants. I mean. I think this will be okay. What do you think? I think it'll be okay. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. All the way around. Here we go. And the good news, it's such a light color that it doesn't really matter if it hits something else. Actually, I'm going to paint this on all the rest of the stuff that's here. There we go. Paint the dagger hilt that. For now, okay. I'm going to go all the way around this belt. All up in there behind this. I don't know if you can even see in there, but all the way back there. There we go. I'm wondering if I will regret not backing Oathsworn. It was just so big, and I'm pretty out of closet shelf space. Yes, you're out of closet shelf space. I know what that's about. I'm running out myself. I'm slowly running out, and I need to find a new place to put things. That's the problem. My wife just says to sell them all. Don't worry about it. No, I lied. She supports my hobby. But it is a little out of control right now. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. There's some sandy belts in there. Sandy belts. I like it. And he's got a horn here. I think is what that is. Oh, no, that's a scabbard. Durr. This thing right here I thought was a horn. Wow, I'm a moron. Okay. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Okay, we're gonna do more leather there. That's the deal. We're gonna do some leather, and so we're gonna do the sandy straps. Sandy strap right there. Sandy strap right there. Except I put too much water on there. That's amazing. Get that off of there. Get the water off of there. Sandy strap. That's gonna work. That's gonna work. I love it. I love sandy straps. That's the deal. He has boots and pants. Yes, he does. I wasn't sure I was prepared to be the guy who had to get a storage unit to store Oswarn. Well, if it's any consolation, the box for the train pieces and the game are actually through that wall. And the miniatures for it are actually right down here on the floor. You can kind of see the box. It's right here. It's this box. That's what has the miniatures in it. So it's not on a shelf. None of it's on a shelf. It just sits there. It just sits there. That's all it does. But when it's done, it's actually probably going to go to Colin's house because he's got a group that wants to play it, which would be pretty sweet. It'd be pretty sweet. We're going to go back to our dude here. We're painting still. I'm going to do some more of this. Oh, wait, I don't do it there. That's going to be that brown. It's going to be darker leather. We still want to get these little sandy little thingies here. And then once that's done, I'm okay painting a whole handle of that. There we go. Now, some of this I could have probably painted metal and it might have looked kind of cool, but we're at that point where I'm not going to do that. We're just going to paint it like this. Now, I do want to use my other one here. I want to use the snakebite leather on that other brown. Come on, there's so much brown. I want it on the insides here. So you need to put paint on the brush. That helps. First thing about painting, put paint on the be on the brush. There you go. I'm just gonna paint back there too. Slop it back there. You're never gonna see back there, and that's fine. Okay, now I got to get around this. Oh, we're getting close. Want to get this painted. And I'm going to paint this whole scabbard. I think. Got a scabbard. It looks... Can't see it in the picture. So be it. We're going to paint the scabbard with this, believe it or not, brown. Except for this top part, I might paint metal. We're going to paint all this brown, though. Oh, that's a little belt loop there. Sounds good. Belt loop's going to be this color. To hold the sword. Perfect. That'll be good. Now I'm going to actually paint that part metal, I think. I lied. It's all brown. Look at that. Oh, scabbard done. Might not have been the best plan, but we're going to go with it. I might come back and change that later. Too many of the same browns in one area. I don't know. We also got to finish this part here. And around here. Just like that. And this part as well. Perfect. Okay. Ooh, I see something. I want something metal. I want to paint the little part of that handle right there metal. I know. I'm picky. I'm picky. I'm weird like that. A little bit of metal on our brush, and I just want to paint this one part here. There we go. Perfect. Now, do we want any of this scabbard to be metal? It's too late now. I'll have to figure that out later, but I think we're okay. I think we're okay with it. Okay. Here we go. We're doing good. We're doing good. You could go over with metal. That's right. I mean, it's magical. Very true. When my butt gets painted, it tickles and I tickles and laugh. Oh, I was painting his butt. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Do I have enough? Okay, a little bit more. Right back here. Okay, now I gotta look. Yeah, I think this all goes down. We're gonna paint this all the way down. Like that. And under. Yeah, nobody's really gonna see the under part, but I'll know it's there. There we go. Okay. Side here. Okay, they got his scabbard pretty done there. There we go. Think that. Okay. So Matthew's right. Don't fear the belts. Just start painting and everything will turn out okay. Kind of like, was it Bob Marley? Is he the one? Everything's going to be all right? At the song? All right. Now we're going to go with that pallid bone again. I want to use that for his pants. That's the deal. I'm going to do it for his pants. We're going to put a little bit more of this out here. One more drop. That should do it. Little drop will do, yeah. We're going to go just kind of around his pants here, up to his boot. Up to his boot. And then you'll never guess we're going to paint his boot. Yep, brown. You guys are geniuses. Love it. Okay. There's his pants. I like that. With just the dusty kind of brown on there. I think that'll be good. Need to get it all the way around. There we go. Okay. There we go. Separate the pants from the boots. And yes, Bob Marley says everything's going to be all right. Good. Got that right. Okay. Now we're going to put him onto here for now. Now that's not exactly where he's going to go, but it's good enough to hold him right now while I paint the boots. So I am cheating a little bit, and I am going to actually put him on something that I can hold. So now we're going to paint his boots, and we're just going to paint him with the snakebite leather. I think that's my favorite of the leathers for this. I think that just looks really cool. That's our plan here. We're going to paint the whole boot just this color. I think it'll be just fine. All the way up and stop. And all the way down and stop. There, we got a brown boot. And it's made for walking even. How about that? I love the detail I kind of put in the boot there. Some little straps there. And I could have painted the straps my own little color if I wanted to, but again, we're going to slop and drop. That's the plan here. We're going to slop it on, and we're going to drop this guy on the table. So I can record with him in a couple days. This League of Dungeoneers coming tomorrow, hopefully, or Friday. I'm recording tomorrow because I got the day off from work. Super pumped. Of course, I'll probably run into a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to have to do and won't get enough time to record like it always happens. Now I did hit some of the base, not a big deal. I can go over with, well, white, so I'm not too worried. Okay. I think the boots are done. So we got a couple more things we have to do. We're getting close to the end. We need to get the shield fixed. I don't like the shield at all. The shield is super prominent on this guy. And we need to do the sword. Now the sword I'm going to do in a different colored silver than I did the shield. That's the deal. Very nice. Was tempted to go all black on the boots. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Slop and drop. Sounds like the last time I tried looking for the family. Oh, Steve, come on. That's good. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to paint. Since we're moving on to the sword here and soon, I'm going to paint the bottom part of this with this leather. Just to make it look like it's something like a leather holding wrap on it. Like something out of Forged in Fire. Gotta have a wrap on it. Ah! There's a big dragon head at the end. Kind of cool. I'm getting that little wrap there. That should be good. Okay. Is slop and drop the same as slip and spit? Might be like slip and slide. Slip and slide was fun when I was young. Oh, slip and spit. That sounds like a bad idea. All right, what are we gonna do about this? Oh, I got an idea. I could put bronze. I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna do with the shield. I can put some bronze and bronze. Some gold here. I like the gold here with maybe a gem in the middle. Okay, that whole part gold and this rim bronze. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to give this a shot. This could go terribly wrong real fast. But we're going to grab some bronze and see how that goes on top of the silver here. It might not work as well as I'm hoping, but maybe it will. A little bit of bronze right here. I might not be able to get too much bronze out. There we go. Okay, we got some bronze. Put on our brush. And so our goal is just to kind of get this one thing coming this way. There we go. I'm going to flip it so I can make sure I get the bottom part exactly where I want it. Good. Okay. Got it. That's the first part. All right, now let's go to the other side. Small poke at my own painting since I do a lot of glazing and blending. I'd say my minis are covered in at least 15% spit. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I used to be a person who used to lick my brush when I was done every time, but I stopped doing that. Okay, got that side. Now let's turn it so I can get the top part. There. Okay. Perfect. I like the bronze. I think that's cool. Keep the bronze like that. I like it. I like the bronze. Now let's go to the gold. Now the gold, I don't use Army Painter gold. I don't like the Army Painter gold. I don't like it at all. So I've actually always been using Retributor armor. That's what I always use for gold. Now what we're gonna do with this, I'm debating if I just want to do the middle part or if I want to do this entire thing gold. I think what I'm gonna do, hard to do, decide. Okay. We're gonna do the outside rim. just like this. Just like that's all I want to be as gold. It's just that outside rim like that. That'll be pretty cool. Okay, I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Just the outside rim. It's gonna be a little tougher up here because there's less. The bottom part had more of a separation. This doesn't have as much separation. I think we'll still get it. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. That looks pretty cool. Need to touch up a couple parts of the gold. And I like the fact that since I painted it on top of metal, it's not that gold of gold. It's more of a kind of a darker, dusty gold, if that makes sense. Yeah. I like it. And then I put that jewel in the middle. I wonder if I should paint this. No, I'm going to screw it all up if I do that. Nope, we're going to keep it just like it is. It looks great. Why would I screw something up that's awesome? Now, what color is our gem going to be? I think we're going to make it green. I like green gems. Gems that are green are cool. Oop, I lied. We're going to use... See if I got something. Oh, I like this. This looks good. I like this. Okay, we're going to use this. And that's our plan, if I can get it out of it. I don't think I've used this in forever. I need a new set of Army Painter straight up paints. I've had these since the dawn of time. I've had all these since the dawn of time. We're going to grab this turquoise paint and try to paint it just right on that middle part there. I'm going to screw that up. Got to get some of that paint off of there. That's sweet. There you go. Now, yes, there's many gems in the game. All those spare gems. Exactly. There you go. Shield done. I like that so much better. Oh my gosh, that's so much good. Now I'm still going to go over with a what do you call it? A dark wash. The whole thing to really darken it down, I think. I might not now that I think about it. I think I still will with the silver. I'll try to hit the silver parts. Okay. So, only thing we got left is the sword, and I think this guy's turning out pretty good. Not too bad. I suggest green because the spur gems you use in the game. Too late. I go back over in green. Too late. Matthew, that was awesome. I think you should do green. Oh, too late. That was super good. Oh my gosh. Some of my paintings over the 10 years old. Some of my paints are over 10 years old. Storing them upside down helps, but some of them are going bad now. Yeah, I think I've had that. I think I've had my Armor Painter set for over 10 years for sure. Definitely deploy the Agrax Earthshade on the shield. You know, I'll do that. That's a good idea. What's the difference between between a dark way and nulling oil? That kind of just means I'm going to use nulling oil on it, a dark shade. And I like the nulling oil, which is that dark shade. It's probably the one I'm going to use. But now I think I'm going to use our direct Earthshade. That's not a bad idea. We'll give it a shot. See what it looks like. Now I'm going to use plate mail metal is the next one. This is a way brighter silver. I'm going to use that on the sword. And then after we get our sword done and put some agrax on that shield, we might be done. Oh my gosh, we're gonna actually finish this guy. Now we're sadly not gonna get to his pal here. We're gonna have to get this. We're gonna have to do his pal. I'm gonna have to do him on my own. But at least we got this guy done, and you're all able to see how you can paint these guys up really fast. I know I'm not doing it the fastest job because we're also chit chatting while we do it, which is super more fun than actually just painting by myself. That's for sure. So this is just gonna be quick. I'm just gonna paint some silver up on this sword here. Again, I'm actually going to avoid that middle part because I want to hit that with I'm going to maybe do a green gem on that. Oh, I should paint it green. Oh, too late. that was awesome. So again, I'm going to kind of avoid that middle part if I can. I might not be able to, but we'll try. We get the outside here. That's the deal. I like agrax on metal. It gives it more of a burnished look. Very true. It does. That's for sure. I meant the dark wash, not way. A stupid autocorrect. Yeah, dark wash. I consider the dark wash and Nuln oil pretty much the same thing. I think all the belts look sweet, nicely done. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like the belts. I have to admit I was intimidated by the belts, but not anymore. I'm going to take this guy off of here. He's flopping back and forth, and with my luck, he will fall. I will paint something that I don't want silver. Now again, we're just going up and down the sword here. Get it all silver. Because all these guys I know keep their blades nice and sharp and pointy and happy. Well, not this guy. He's just kind of droopy and sad, but that's okay. Now there is probably a jewel on the other side of this sword, but I'm just going to go right over it and paint it silver. Not a big deal. You're not going to be able to see it on the back there anyway. There we go. Nice. Looking very nice. I'm excited about the sword. It works. Put the back here. Have to be careful not to paint where we already put some of that brown, but I'm probably still going to hit it. That's okay. I'll get underneath. There we go. And I think we are good. I think the sword is good. Love it. There we go. Boom. Embrace the belts. They're almost never strangely... They never strangely at you deliberately. What? Matthew's talking. Embrace the belts. They're almost never strange in you deliberately. I see. Or purple for the precious missile of Vikings. Oh! Okay. Purple it is. Purple it is. That's what it's going to be. Purple. Purple gem. Love it. Oh my gosh. It's got to be purple now. I got alien purple. Alien purple. That's what we're using. Should be Viking purple. See if I can get some Viking purple out of this. There we go. It's a little thick, but that's okay. Now you could also, a lot of people water down their paints and things like that. I don't do that. I just, again, put them straight out of the pot and I paint them. Oh, okay. Now we gotta get our jewel, our purple jewel. I'm loving it. Matthew is a genius. I need this. How are we doing there? Get that jewel pretty purple, pretty purple. I like that brush. Go back to our other brush. I want this brush. All right. There we go. Good. Love it. Purple brush. Thank you, Matthew. Why didn't I think of purple? Come on. Okay, last couple things we got to do. We got a Nuln oil. I'm going to grab some Nuln oil, not for the shield, for every other part of silver here. Metal enough over here? Yeah, it should be good. Okay. This. So here's the deal. We're going to take our Nuln oil. We're going to spill it all over the place because otherwise I put it in there. Otherwise I'm going to spill it all over the place. And any place I have the metal that's not the shield, that's what we're going to hit. And it's not much. It's like this over here. This down here. I'm just going to hit this up. Open sesame. My big hand. That was awesome. I got to put that in a different spot next time. Come back here. There we go. Right, a little tip there. I think the other metal parts. It should be over here. There we go. Get those metal parts. Perfect. Good enough. All right. All the metal I got on this guy. Now let's Agrax that shield. Let's see how that looks. Here's our Agrax Earthshade. Now I actually have two different kinds of Agrax Earthshade. This might be a good time to use one of the other Agrax Earthshade I had that I accidentally bought. I accidentally bought one. Let's see if I can find it. That'll be the big kicker. Can Barrett find it? That'll be the big kicker here. Oh, I think I found it. Oh, look, I'm amazing. So I accidentally bought this, and I think we're going to use this because I think this is going to be perfect. It's one that actually has gloss built into it. Agrax Earthshade with gloss. I accidentally bought this and started painting it on my guys. I'm like, why are my guys so shiny? Oh, it's because I'm a moron and I bought Agrax Earthshade with gloss in it. But we're putting it on a shield. I think it'll be kind of cool because it might make it actually kind of shine a little bit. So we're going to do that. Let's see what it had. Steve, time to head to bed. Thank you for the stream, good sir. Looking forward to the game, all the gaming goodness on Friday. That is my plan, Steve. We'll hopefully make it happen. We'll see what happens. That'll be the big kicker. We'll see. Hopefully I can make it happen. Thank you so much for joining, Steve. It's awesome to have you here. We're almost done. We're going to get this thing Agrax Earth shaded up with some gloss in it. Just like that. And it's going to look cool. There we go. All the way around the outside of this thing. Just like that. There we go. I think that looks awesome. Beerman's wondering what gaming goodness is happening on Monday. So my goal is tomorrow to record my next League of Dungeoneers video, and I hope to have that drop on Friday. And that also is going to be the exact same day that the Star Wars Alliance game drops. Will be dropping on Friday. So it's going to be double feature Friday. That's my goal. It'll be super cool. Yeah, Agrax goes great over both gold and silver. Yeah, it really does. You're right about that, for sure. It's super cool. I need to hit this. A couple more things I got to hit, and then we're done because I failed to realize a couple things here, so I got to fix them. One thing about speed paints is they do have a tendency to rub off if you don't like. I'll eventually have to put a gloss coat on there, a varnish on this of some kind, usually a matte varnish, because these have a tendency to rub off pretty easy, the paints for this type of stuff. So I had to repaint his hair a little bit because I was holding onto his hair at one point. It was one of the deals. And the other thing I had to fix was there was part of his, I noticed a issue with some of the hardened leather in a certain spot. So I got to fix that. There you go. Put that there. Good job. Oh, I put it on my hand. That was amazing. Painted my hand. Because I'm awesome. If I tip this over like this, I was spinning it around and I saw it somewhere. Where did it? Oh, it's part here. That's not what I saw. I saw another part. Oh, I remember. It was right in here. There he is, right here. You can see I missed. See that little white right there? I gotta go get that. There we go. I missed that. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. I'd call it a win. I call this guy a win. I call him done. I call it a win and done. That's it. Yeah, kick, yeah. Now I love Double Feature Friday. Interestingly enough, it came about because well, not because I had multiple games, but that tickles, he said. Oh, that's pretty good. When I was dating my wife, we started, one of the things we did was we used to do what was called Double Feature Friday, where I would show her one of my favorite movies and she would show me one of her favorite movies. So it's kind of a cool way to kind of see some of the movies that each of us love. So like I got to show her, of course, Aliens. I showed her The Fifth Element. I showed her Princess Mononoke. And she showed me some of her favorite movies. Don't tell her I don't remember which ones they were. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. Why does she like me? I don't know. Anyway, that is where Double Feature Friday really came from. Now I'm going to bring it to the table for Meet Me at the Table. We're going to get some Double Feature Friday action going. I hope. I have to get the game recorded. So there you go. Anyway, I think we're done. We painted this guy, and I think he looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about how he turned out. He's going to be on the base, ready to go. I'm going to put I'm not even doing anything with the sword. I might keep it just like it is. I think I like that. Sometimes I dull down the swords too, but I think that's going to be good. He's all set to go. There's a few places here and there that we kind of missed, but I'm not too worried about it because you can't really see him once you get going. That's the deal. Let's see here. He, I think, fits in. No, he doesn't. Oh, he fits in right here. Here's his little standings. He's going to fit right in like that eventually. But like I said, I want to put a coat of something that's going to protect him before I do that. Normally, I don't protect my minis, but when I do, like for example, when I painted these guys, I'm not going to put any type of protection on those because these are done with contrast, and contrast don't really rub off as well as these speed paints. The speed paints rub off pretty easy. So I want to put something on there. That's the deal. That's the deal. Show us some of that. Between taking sips of my whiskey and playing video games, I keep glancing over at my phone. Gregory is looking good. Thank you, Dustin. And I'm super excited that you get to drink some whiskey and play some video games. What video game are you playing? Because I want to play some video games. Actually, I just beat Last of Us 2. That was what I did last weekend. I beat Last of Us 2. Super excited I did that. Kind of watching the show got me back into it, so I jumped back into it and finished the game because I needed to. I needed to finish that game. It was super fun to play. Super fun to play. So there you go. I got to figure out where to get a log mug. Seems like something everyone should own. Yeah, Beerman. How does not everybody have one of these log mugs? This is like one of the... I have two of these. This is my small one, and you're seeing the other two we have. Those are the big ones. Those are the big ones. We get them at the Renaissance festivals where I get them. That's the deal. That's the deal. Good stuff. All right. That's it. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming out and hanging with me while we paint some minis. It's awesome to see you all. It really makes the time fly, and it's super fun to have everybody here in the chat, for sure. Whiskey, I am an amateur. Oh, you are not an amateur. That is not true. Anyway, good fun. Everybody had fun. I'm loving it. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you all for joining. We're going to be, like I said, you'll be seeing this game probably next week. You'll be seeing some more League of Dungeoneers. You'll be seeing Oathsworn again with Monday with Colin. Maybe next week we might paint another Oathsworn guy, or maybe we'll paint another one of these dudes up. We'll see. But I have to finish painting this because I do want to get that video made hopefully pretty soon. I want to try to record it next Monday. Maybe we'll see. But that's it. We're moving on. It's good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining. If you're excited to see more painting videos, more live plays with Colin, or anything else, then I need you to meet me at the table. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you next week.